out there. It's a great place. They're digging a fish pond in their backyard.
Amen. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the wife sending this in. She goes, "My husband's doing this. He's never done it before. Will this mess up our possibility of resale down the road?"
Did she say anything about how big the lot is?
It looks like it's about on an acre or so.
Okay.
So
it's not like he's digging a giant hole in the small backyard.
Right.
Yeah. So there's so many things I want to say about this because I did this and I love this. Most of the soil in Murphy's clay, so you probably could do it yourself. I mean, you get into some sand in some areas, and I've heard of rock. Actually, I was talking to a pool guy recently, and they were talking about right off of 190 in Renner, which is not far from Murphy, they hit crazy rock like 4 feet down. And they ended up having to build this pool kind of like half in the ground, half to save the money. They could have done it. But anyway, I'm off topic. So answer to the question is, if you've got a 1 acre lot and you build a good looking, clean bordered, solid pond that will hold some water, it's probably a value add. I mean, a lot of people that are looking for more than half an acre are interested in growing something, having some fish, doing a little fishing, kind of a park and trail type feel. So I wouldn't think that's a huge issue. And especially if he doesn't use a liner. Most ponds now use liners, but in the Saxe, Wiley, honestly, most of the Dallas area, we've got a lot of clay. And so depending on how deep your clay is, you can just dig a hole in the clay and it'll hold water. People will import clay to line their ponds when they don't have clay. So clay creates kind of a pottery, barely permeable barrier that really does hold water. So I just talked about soil a lot, but the point is, if you've got a larger lot and you dig a small pond and it actually holds water, it's probably a value add. So if she can let him go, it's going to be okay. He's not ruining the property.
Is that something people ever look for when they're looking at homes? I know you can say, I want a house with a pool, I want a house on a golf course and all this. Do you ever get that? I'd like a pond.
Yeah, I think in the 1, 2, 3 acre, it's not as common that somebody's like, we'll only buy with a pond. But I think that people say things like, we'd like to be able to ride four-wheelers back there, or, we'd love to be able to do a little fishing or something. It's kind of like a nice bonus, but not a non-negotiable. Now, when you get into like 5 acres plus, by all means, there's a lot of people, I would say most people don't want that much land without a water source, other than like city water. My property, I put in 2 ponds and we have a well and the house is off of city water. So like, I want water everywhere because I want to water plants and trees and things like that. But again, I'm probably the weirdo. But I would say in that like half acre to 2 or 3 acres, it's probably not a real must for anybody, but it's a nice bonus for a lot of people. Once you get 5 acres plus, then it becomes more of a must. So hopefully that's helpful. Felt like that was a good answer, Brian.
That's a great answer.
Kind of came from the gut, felt good about it.
How about for this transition from a fish pond to